Salary increases for tech professionals moving to a new job have seen a sharp decline this fiscal year. Top IT companies are scaling back hiring efforts due to a slowdown in tech service demand. Software services firms are currently offering 18 to 20% hike for new joiners. This is lower than the hike of almost 40 to 100% offered a year ago. There's also an overall reduction in the headcount figures at IT firms. Top IT firms have reduced their headcount by a total of 21,000 employees in the past quarter itself. Who's at the receiving end and why? Let's talk about that. Prabir Jha, HR strategist, founder and CEO of Prabir Jha People Advisory, joining us on the show. Prabir, thank you for taking time out. What's happening with the IT firms? There's a reduction in headcount. There is a reduction in the jump you would otherwise get to a tune of 40 to 100%, now come down to about 20%, literally half. What's happening at IT?
Shweta, thank you for having me on your show. And, old expectations, old experiences, when they don't come your way the way you want it, there is disappointment. But increments, revisions, and crossover invitations are all reflective of the business environment. The IT industry is under pressure. And, with recruitment being more restricted, and with the market generally slowing down, it is imperative that the crossover incentives that you had will come down. So that is the first part. I heard you also talk about that, what used to be 35-40% a year ago is now this, and I would not be surprised if it comes lower. I would not even be surprised that people choose to change jobs for the right experience, even on a virtual flat salary change. Because today it's all about trying to pick up new experiences while not expecting huge revisions. So it's the macro economic sentiment, it's the industry sentiment, it is reduced hiring, and at the end of the day, talent understands that if you want to kind of get into an exciting role or a worthy role, don't at this point in time be stuck up on high salary invitations.
Prabir, while of course we understand, appreciate the macro environment out there in the US and that sort of cascading down to India and IT jobs, but is there another killer on the run called artificial intelligence? Are entry-level jobs under threat with the advent of AI? Is that a trend that you, being somebody who staffs IT firms and has enough experience in placing people in IT sectors and beyond, is that a real and present danger right now? Because AI is doing pretty much all the jobs out there, and entry-level simple coding jobs are one query away for any company to get generated using Gen AI. Is that a real threat that you see?
Yes, it is a threat. I mean, we don't know how deep and wide it will be. It's still early days, but it is. And the fact of the matter is that even the offers that are coming the way to potential talent is not really for routine jobs anymore. Companies are interested in hiring people.
So what can the first jobber really do, Prabir? I think, it's important, all those, first jobbers out there, youngsters out there who are watching this show, watching you, techies out there, what is it that they can do? Because they can definitely not fight AI. So is some sort of AI experience or understanding how to generate queries on AI tools now part of the requirements for the role, even for a first jobber? And how should these techies really arm themselves for the future?
So some of it, yes, you need to prepare yourself with the newer skill sets that will still be relevant. Either you're enabling more of AI and therefore you're in that space, or you are doing things which will actually be a value multiplicative job post AI, right? So I think the skill sets are going to change, but I think the big change that all of us will need to imagine is IT for many, many years has been, a pair of hands kind of industry. You just need people and people and people, and that is what was the nature of business. And that's why you said 70 to 80% of your operating cost was manpower cost. I think it will get more and more niche. It will not necessarily look at the numbers of people that it has historically been looking at hiring, and the compensation trends will continue to change and evolve with the nature of skill sets as is relevant in the near term. because we are talking AI today. We don't know 3 years from now what shape and size, and therefore what newer skill sets will be needed. So redundancy of skills will be important. The ability to pick up new skills will be important. And let's also be honest that, especially when people are coming from campuses, etc., there was a time when it was a boom era.
Yeah.
Anyone and everyone was hired because we believed we could train people to be a coder. I don't think IT companies want that
Yeah.
to run the risk of liability, and also that they want more accretive, value accretive resources immediately.
So for all the techies out there, give us a cheat code, Prabir. Take out, from your staffing and headhunting hat, take out a magic trick and tell us what should techies really arm themselves with right now, immediately, to get a better job that AI cannot do. What are those 1 or 2 tools that they need to really arm themselves with if they want a job in the IT sector?
Now, if they are very clear that it's a good question, if they want to be in the IT sector today, I tell a lot of people, why do you necessarily restrict yourself to IT? At the end of the day, there are sectors which might still leverage your skill set beyond hardcore IT or IT services companies. But having said that, I think it's very important that a lot of their skill sets that they should be trying to acquire will be around AI. There is no running away from that. And unfortunately, with the startup winter, the other opportunity of experimenting with maybe more niche kind of opportunities of entrepreneurship have also waned. And therefore, this crisis seems to be a little more bloated than what may be there. But of course, you need to kind of really be focused on AI as a very important area of building new skills, at least in the foreseeable future.
All right, Prabir, before I let you go, just a yes or a no question. A lowered trend of a lowered hike in money that you're getting, compensation, is that trend likely to continue through this year?
In terms of job offers, the quality
Job
of job
offers, compensation?
So, I believe that it will be very, very role-based, very,
Okay.
very role-based. There will be people who will still continue to command a premium and will negotiate tough because they are tough to get. But on a volume level, yes, I think the demand is going to be muted. It will be more specific, and therefore more people will scramble for the same jobs.
Right.
Simple demand supply economics, the offers are going to be more muted than they have been historically.
All right, so scale yourself. I think that's the message coming in. Prabir, thank you very much. Thank you for taking time out. Thank you for speaking to Newsline.